New South Wales has its first new local case of coronavirus in 55 days after a worker in the hotel quarantine system tested positive for COVID-19. Reporter Ashley Raper joins me now with more. Ashley, just take us through the details that we know about so far with this case.
Yes, Miriam, we don't know a lot, but here in New South Wales there appears to be another leak from the hotel quarantine system. Now, what we do know that this worker has worked in 2 hotels in the Sydney area, which are looking after returned travellers who have come home to Australia. What we also know, and we've just learnt this from the Prime Minister Scott Morrison, that this particular worker has had their Pfizer vaccine. So we know that they've only been having 1 dose. For Pfizer, you need 2, and that's after 3 weeks. So it raised some questions because Scott Morrison, the Prime Minister, has just fronted a press conference, about the effectiveness of just the 1 dose. And Scott Morrison and the Chief Medical Officer, they talked about that and saying that the 1 dose, you really need the 2 dose for Pfizer to make it effective. And also there's a lag in effectiveness as well. It takes a couple of weeks to kick in. But Scott Morrison also wouldn't be drawn on the details of this case. He said he'd leave that up to New South Wales authorities.
The case in New South Wales, and the Premier and I discussed that earlier today, and New South Wales make their own announcements about that, so I won't speak more than simply know that we're aware of that, and that the individual in this case was vaccinated. But this is an important point. The vaccination isn't immediate. Like, I've just had my 2nd dose, and the second after I had my 1st dose. It does take a while, and Professor Kelly might want to comment on that. And so once you're vaccinated, you still have to try and observe, as you should, the COVID-safe behaviours.
Now, Miriam, the Health Minister Brad Hazzard and the state's Chief Medical Officer Dr Kerry Chant, they'll be holding a press conference within the hour, and we expect more details on exactly how this leak or how this infection has come about. But we might not have a lot of details. I know that they're doing genome sequencing and they're also testing close contacts of this person. So we'll just have to wait and see how many details and what information comes out at that press conference.
All right, we'll wait and see. Our reporter Ashley Roper, thank you so much.